for the very latest.
Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into something. A surprise album that came out.
Oh my gosh.
This
Why?
past week.
Oh my goodness.
Honestly, never mind. So
exactly.
If you've been under a rock, Drake decided to drop an album. A surprise album, right? And everybody was expecting a hip hop album. But they got a dance album. Right? As Kid of Drops. So let's talk about this, Walt, while we wait for Trump to come back. You know, that's your light-skinned brethren.
He may not ask him, but I'm all black.
Right. So you're a Drake fan, right? You're a fan of Drake. I'm a fan of. Let me just say, I'm a fan of Drake's, right? Not as much as everybody else, but
I respect Drake, but I ain't
okay.
Drake. Like,
So tell me, right? You get this album, you listen to it. What is your experience with this album? Honestly, never mind.
It should have never happened. I really do not like the album at all. Like the last song is cool, but that's it. I'm saying, and he didn't have to do that. Excuse me, to drop a song. So the first two songs, I was like, "Is this a joke?" I really did. I was listening to this, and I was like, "This is not real." And then when we get to song 3 or 4, I'm like, "He's gonna sing the whole album." The fifth song started. I don't even know what. I can't even remember what he said in the beginning, and then I just couldn't do it no more. I didn't finish the album America. Like, I did not do it. I couldn't. I got to song 5. If my girl ain't tell me that the last song was all right, I would not have found out that the last song was all right. So, nah, man. I'm not gonna say it was wasted time, but I'm not gonna go that far. But never again. So.
Kenneth, what was your experience with this album? Because now, keep it. Well, go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead and tell me what your experience was with this album. What was the? Give me the play by play. What happened when you heard? Oh my gosh, Drake has a surprise album. What did you think?
You know what? I was gonna give it a shot. I decided to hey, it's out there. It's a Drake album. I give it a shot. Walt, you said you wasn't gonna call it a wasted time, wasted amount of time. Yeah, I would. I really would. Why would I do that? Why did I think this is the worst thing, like garbage that he came out with, in my opinion? Because I'll be honest with you, I was a Drake fan in his early part of his career. I was hanging with him all the way up to, I gave him Certified Lover Boy. I gave him that one. This one, he had more than a few, like he had about a good, decent amount of songs. It's some songs on there that I could listen to, and if I had to go through it again to listen to the whole album for Certified Lover Boy, I could stomach it. This one, and the reason why I'm like really on the tip of like where it's hot garbage for him is that I think that he looked at the fact that his name is Drake. He could drop anything he wants to at any time, and regardless of whatever it is, how it sounds, people are gonna listen to it and buy it. And I think that's what he did. I think that's what his attempt was in this thing. You mean to tell me that Drake
was disrespected.
Yeah, I feel like the fans were disrespected, and he felt like, I could do whatever. And why I came to that conclusion is because why would you drop that song at the end when it doesn't have anything to do with any of the other songs on that album? If what you wanted to make was a quote unquote dance album, which there's been other dance music out there that's better than that. Even Passion Fruit off of one of his earlier projects was way better than that. I could get with Passion Fruit, but this, nah. But he dropped that song like that because he wanted something on there to stream. He knew that was going to stream. Why didn't you put it on another project that it goes with? Because that's not a dance track. That's a hip hop song. So you could drop anything on there and you feel like it could go. That's why I felt like you just threw it out there and just say, hey, my name is on it. I feel like this. If any music artist doesn't feel like, regardless of if it's your first, your fifth, your 100th, or your 10th, or whatever Infinity album that you're going to drop, if you don't feel that it's the same amount of effort that you would put on your very first album, then don't put it out there. If you want to put that on there without your name being whatever it is, and you don't think it's going to go just on the strength of that it's good without it being under your name, then it shouldn't go out there. If you feel like you're going to throw something out there and it's going to sell because your name is something where it's going to sell automatically, then that's a cop-out. You're cheating everybody else. You don't need to be doing music, period, if you're going to do it like that. My honest opinion.
Some strong words, brother.
It's the
strong words.
Truth.
I mean, some strong words going to one of the top selling artists of all time, right?
Michael Jackson. I don't care. They've put him on the level with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. You know how long it took Michael Jackson to make an album? It's just ridiculous, dude. Like
I heard
how much.
I heard 800 songs for Thriller. I think I heard they went through 800 songs.
To condense down to 10, down to 10, that he's like, okay, we're going to go with this. His team said we were going to go with this. For Michael Jackson, the number one highest selling musical artist of all time, to sit there and treat every single album that he released as if it's his best that he could give you, then he was really putting in the effort. This man dropped the album. So one, he was waiting with this album. It was album supposed to be released last year with Certified Lover Boy, but something happened where he wasn't able to release it. So he stored it away, and all of a sudden he's just going to drop this out the blue. So you had this you had this tucked away. You was going to release it anyways. Did you really take your time with it, or did you just throw out whatever hot mess you could do?
Right. I mean,
you tell me.
Hot garbage.
Listen, bro. Listen, now anybody who's watching now, right? And you want to know how I feel about Drake, you can go back and listen to a lot of our podcasts. And the only conversation that we really had was about him. Not everybody says he's an MC. I know an MC is somebody who performs lyrically on a high level, right? And then even with that, in that high level, there's levels to that. You know what I'm saying? To be an MC. So I always say he's not an MC, but I always consider him to be a great artist, person who likes to try things. You shouldn't have tried this one, dog. Like,
he didn't try. That's the issue.
Right. And see, the thing about it is that what I've been trying to warn y'all, what I've been saying all this time, is that he puts out music and just puts it out there, and he's not considerate to his fans. I've been saying that. I've been saying that for a long time. And everybody's like, nah, this is good and that's good. No. He's not. I know what music sounds like. I know with lyrics, even if it's R&B, if it's whatever, I know the sound of music when someone's trying to impress their fan. He does not do that. He's in a place now where he can put out music and put out whatever he wants to put out. You know what I felt like when I heard this? I felt like when they put out Michael Jackson's old music, remember they did that whole thing when he passed away, and they put out a lot of his throwaways. That's what I felt like when I listened to this.
Yeah,
it felt like a throwaway album. And see what all right. So here's the thing, too, y'all. And I'm talking about the fan. You have to hold your favorite artists accountable. Stop being yes fans. You can still be a fan and say that it's trash. It's plenty of my favorite people. Like I like when Jay-Z put out Blueprint 2, The Gift and the Curse. I enjoyed it, but I know it wasn't the greatest. Like, it was good, but it wasn't the greatest that I've heard. But then when he dropped 2.1, I was like, okay, sounds better because he took some songs off. But even Jay-Z had some duds. But y'all not holding Drake accountable. Matter of fact, y'all not holding a lot of these artists accountable. Because y'all letting them come out there and put out whatever they want to put out. And just letting them rock, and you letting it stream. But you know why y'all doing that? It's because y'all don't necessarily pay a good value. Like y'all not spending really hard. Like y'all paying $9.99 every month for a streaming service where you just get the music, and it doesn't really matter. You didn't spend $13, $14 for the album. Or you didn't spend $9.99 for the album. You spend $9.99 for a whole entire catalog of music from everybody. So you're not spending hard-earned money. But you still have to hold these people accountable, because what's going to happen is that they're going to put out whatever they want to put out. Music is not going to progress unless it's balanced with people who critique it. That way, next time they know better not to put this out. So,
exactly.
But it was straight garbage, though.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, you don't feel like he was gonna put that out. That's what I'm saying. Jay-Z never put out nothing that was like, okay, yeah, he might have tried, or it was a suspect sound here or there, but this was like songs 1 through how long?
What, 20 songs? It was like 20 some songs on there?
It wasn't.
Yeah, no, it was 14. It was 14 songs on there, but really 13 if you take away the intro.
Okay.
Yeah, it's confusing, yo. The first time I listened, I thought the first 3 songs was one song. I'm like, yeah, nah, because that's the only thing about it, though. It's like what Kenneth said. You knew everyone was gonna listen to it. That's what everyone was saying about this thing.
Right.
Everyone listened. Everybody gave it a listen. Even hearing that it was garbage, it was like, I was even like, it's that bad? Hold up. Gave it a listen. I was like, it was really that bad. I was like, wow. And I'm just like, bro, you just put some sounds together. It does not sound like you made an album. An album is supposed to be for real artwork. That was sound. It was like a bunch of sounds meshed together.
Whoa, hold up. The artwork was trash. Let's start there. The artwork looks blurry.
Yeah, I know. Like, what does it say? What does it say?
This is bad.
It looked like a pair of grills. It looked like a pair of grills.
I've seen Cash Money No Limit album covers look way better than that. I'm talking about the ones with the big diamond, you know, the old No Limit album covers. Yeah. Those albums look way better than that album cover. I mean, it was trash, man. Like, man, it's I don't know.
And one more side note. A lot of people are also saying that, you know, it was a smart, clever move, because music like this is probably what you hear, like, you know, music that you wouldn't even be thinking about. It could probably go in different places. Like, he could probably have it to where this music is streaming on all these different outlets or something, where people are like listening to it, or it could play something like in the background, or it could go into different markets. If that was the case, if I was Drake and if I want to experiment with something like that, I would do what Prince did. I would change my name under something and go under some pseudo name and release it like that, and it still come back to me. He could have said his name was Jimmy from Degrassi, and there you go. It could have been like that.
Or he could have straight up just done it for that market. Like, he knows he has a black fan base. He knows how much of people were going to listen to this. If you're going to put this out and you just drop it, so you know everyone's going to listen to it, and then you know that the music that you made was not the music for us. I'm just sorry.
Right. That's a fact, though.
That was not for us. So if you knew that was not for us, so you knew, you a smart dude. I don't care what nobody say. You don't do this and drop the kind of music you've been dropping, and then you drop this. You dropped this, and you really thought we was gonna be with it.
Right.
I'm like, no, there's no way. That's what for a second I really thought he was trolling. I just felt like, bro.
No, right. That's what it felt like. That's sad. Like, and then you let 21 murk you on your own song again. This ain't the first time you got. Right. This ain't the first time you got murked on your own song, Drake. And see, that goes back to my MC argument. How many MCs you know that had a whole entire dance album? How many MCs? Now, if you want to go the Heavy D route, Heavy D never had a whole entire dance album. He made it have some. He has a house hit. Now that you know what I'm saying, like, that's a house hit. Now that I found love is a house hit. Like, that joint went global, but he was a rap MC first. Heavy D. So you can't like you get no
part of his thing. I'm saying, like, that was part of it.
Right.
Heavy D
right.
Of what he was. So
exactly.
Make music. I feel like that was his thing, and it was music. When Drake dropped, that was not music.
Listen, right? Listen to all the producers, to all the people that was in that studio, on that compound, having a ball, women, you know, y'all was doing y'all thing. So all the people who put together the album cover, the packaging, you went through it, found the fonts, you put it all together. It's trash. Garbage.
You said hot garbage. Ken, if you said hot garbage, you know why he said hot garbage?
Yes, it's hot garbage.
Right.
That is like, that's what I'm saying.
Right. It's a stench. It's a stench that just sticks around. It just sticks around. You know, I love the way y'all just went and found these writers that said Drake has made the best dance album of all time, out doing this, that, and the third.
How many got paid for that?
No. They hire people. The Drake is the type of person who has media assassins where they kind of go and flip. You know, they go out and flip the narrative so that way we thinking something else. Like, remember, like, for example, Trent, we was outside. You know, we shout out to Jazz. We was at Jazz's birthday party, and my homie G, he was talking. Were you with us when he was talking about that? We was talking about the album. We was talking about the Drake album.
Yeah, we were.
He was saying how he was smart. He did all this money. He made all this money. My thing is, yes, all right, fine. He's smart. He made all this money, but I'm not seeing his money. The fan not seeing his money. You understand what I'm saying? You jerking the fans.
Because the next joint he dropped, I mean, he got the next joint he dropped. If that joint is not selling, man.
Oh yeah, he on that hot seat, right?
If that joint better be. I'm saying what Drake has already done. Like, I'm not gonna just trash the man. What he's already done, give him respect for. But I'm saying, you in a certain space right now where you know everyone's gonna listen to what you put on. So what you just did, come on, bro. You gotta do better than that. You have got to do better than that.
Listen, shout out to Tupac Amaru Shakur. His birthday was on what's that? June 17th? I think it was June 17th. His birthday was this month. I always forget what day. I think it's the 16th. Might be the 16th. This is on my shirt? No, it's not. I think it's the 16th. But happy birthday to Tupac. One of the greatest artists of all time. One of the best-selling hip-hop artists of all time. He never cheated the people. Never. Not one time. He never cheated the people. He always made hits. And not just he will sit in the studio, make 3 bangers. 4 or 5 songs. And they all hot. And if it ain't hot, guess what? It ain't coming out. Just saying. Shout out to Pop. But we're going to move on, man, because I ain't going to waste my breath on that nonsense. So listen.
Oh, wait, one more thing, and shout out to sanitation workers too for shoveling garbage to get it out the streets.
I was mad because when Drake came out, trash day already passed. I ain't had time to put that thing in the trash. So I had to sit with it. To trash day. This is sad, man. Sad. So I want to get into a conversation, man. Let's talk about some real, a conversation about music, right? We just had a real conversation about music though, so we're gonna continue on with this conversation, right? So remember, we all 3 of us there when we was on the collab. We had a discussion about Normani. Remember that conversation we had about how they said,
remember that?
Oh, we didn't take. It's not the Aaliyah sample from 1 in a Million. Oh no, we didn't sample that song. Y'all know y'all did. Stop it. Stop doing that. I hope y'all listen. I hope y'all stop saying that. Okay, please, just give it up. So, but yeah, we talked about basically sampling and just like how songs sound similar. But I want to expand on that conversation because now we're in the generation now where it's like, everything is sounding similar. It reminds me of disco. Remember how disco? All disco songs sounded the same. I feel like we're in that era. But nevertheless, it's their era. But I want to expand on the conversation about inspiration versus stealing. Inspiration versus stealing, right? So I want to start. First, I want to say this before we start this. Shout out to Jay Sheree and Tay, collab. Y'all want to go listen to the collab episodes? Listen, 17,000 views on that page, by the way. We proud of that. I know that's a little numbers to y'all, but we proud of them 17,000 views on that page. Shout out to them. Shout out to, shout out to all of us. We earned it. We all was on that. So shout out to all of us. So, but y'all can go back, laugh. We cracking jokes. We laugh. We had a good time on that podcast. But yeah, so let's talk. I want to play this clip real quick, and then we'll start this conversation off.
I read somewhere once that Michael Jackson's Billie Jean, he came up to you guys and said that he was actually inspired by the bass line of I Can't Go For That. I was wondering, it's a 2-part question. I was wondering if that's true, if there's a little story behind that, and then also just in general, how you guys feel about people sampling the crap out of No Can Do. And I think that's probably the most sampled songs you guys have, and just in general, what your feeling about that is.
Well, it is true. The first part is true. When we were doing the We Are the World session, everybody was talking to everybody else because there was just the artists in the rooms. And Michael came up to me, in conversation, and he goes, "Hey man, I hope you don't mind if I stole No Can Do." and I went, "What do you mean you stole No Can Do?" He says, "Nah, man, I used it for Billie Jean." And I said, "Hey, does it sound like No Can Do to me?"
I was gonna say, I've heard Billie Jean a million times. I wouldn't have thought that.
Well, that was in his head because it inspired him. So he was the kind of guy. He said that to me. I thought that was pretty cool that he said that. But to me, I mean, that just goes to show you though, an artist can take something that even they may think is you know, a rip-off or whatever you want to call it, but
Right.
it's not at all.
Right.
You know, I mean, it maybe in the slight, if you really wanted to stretch it a little bit, you could hear the two things together. But anyway, he did say it.
No, that's pretty neat. As opposed to like when Robin Thicke makes Blurred Lines and it sounds exactly like Marvin Gaye.
Yeah,
It sounds exactly. Like,
That's a whole different thing.
yeah, and I think, and I don't mean to pick on any individual artist. I guess what I'm saying is, does this moment have a different understanding of what it means to draw inspiration from somebody than, say, a previous moment?
Well, there's one thing to draw inspiration from somebody. There's another thing to steal
Yeah.
ideas.
There's a definite
There's a
line there.
completely different thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Have you guys ever had
Hey,
ideas?
listen, we drew inspiration from the people we listened to as kids.
Of course.
You know, when I listen to Curtis Mayfield too. Every song I write, I think I'm writing a Curtis Mayfield song.
Right.
Or at least I'm trying. You know, it's not working
Great
out.
goal to have, right?
Yeah.
You know, but in my head, I'm hearing that, and I want it to feel like that. I want to get that same feeling from a new song that I write, the way I felt when I heard that song back in the early '60s. When you know that, so that's just the way it's the way music has evolved, I guess.
Shout out to HuffPost. Shout out to Hall & Oates for providing that clip. So they say that Michael Jackson went up to them during the We Are the World session and said that he was inspired by by the bass line. And if y'all don't know what that song is, you know, I can't. If you go look it up, it's Hall & Oates. It's called I Can't Go For That. I think it was called, right?
Can't go for that. Yeah, can't go for that. Yep.
Yeah, Can't Go For That. Right? Classic song. These Hall & Oates are two of the baddest white boys to do it. And I say white boys because they represent our music in the way we do it in a great way. You understand what I'm saying? Being white and having that soul, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they represent it well. You know what I mean? From their perspective and what they did. You know what I mean? That's why I say that. Mm-hmm. And but now we're gonna talk about the subject we're talking about, but I want to get into the Billie Jean song. Because I still don't think, and I was halfway there. Like I was 2 years old when Billie Jean came out. It was 1982. I was 2 years old. So I was halfway there, right? But even in being that much, I don't think anybody understands how big this song was. Around that time, they were celebrating the 25th anniversary, I believe, of Motown. Yeah. And Mike debuted not only Billie Jean, but correct me if I'm wrong, I think he also debuted the Moonwalk.
Yep.
Right?
That was it.
Now, let's understand what the Moonwalk and Billie Jean took Michael Jackson to the moon.
Literally.
Literally. He was moonwalking because he was on the moon. That dance and that song took Michael Jackson to another stratosphere.
True.
Now, keep in mind, this is what? The Thriller album? What is it? What album is this? Thriller?
Thriller. Yep.
Okay. Now, understand that Mike won Best R&B Artist for Off the Wall at the Grammys.
Yeah.
Right? Stop me from right? Y'all with me?
Yeah, he won.
Mike was tight. Mike was mad that he won that award. You know why? Because Mike doesn't think of himself as an R&B artist. He's not an R&B artist. He always thought of himself as a pop icon. That's how he always thought of himself. He's not R&B. R&B is for everybody else, not me. I'm Michael Jackson. I'm the king of pop. Elvis had the king of rock and roll. I'm the king of pop. That's how he saw it. So, back to the song, Billie Jean and the Moonwalk. Now, the Moonwalk Mike didn't invent the moonwalk. I hate to break y'all. I hate to break your heart. Mike did not invent the moonwalk. They was doing the moonwalk on the streets. It was called the backslide. And then the backslide came from a tap dancer, I forget his name, from way back in the day.
Black and white.
Black and white days. Thank you, Walt. Back in the day, we're talking about 1963. So, no. 55. Somewhere in the 50s. Right? So Mike has always been he studied. He is James Brown he was James Brown in the flesh. He was like James Brown in the flesh. Exactly. He studied James Brown, and he did, because James Brown he wasn't like a traditional dancer. It's not, he did what he felt. He was in the beat. He wasn't that. Yeah, he wasn't that. He danced how he felt. Right? So back to Billie Jean. And back to them. So the moonwalk is influenced. So some would say that he stole it.
Bill Bailey. That's
there you go. There you go. Appreciate you. So yeah, Bill Bailey. He was the first one to do the backslide, right? So some people would say that Mike stole it. So let's go into the. Do y'all think that's an influence, or is that a steal?
Go ahead, Kenny.
Did he ever come back? Did he ever come out and say, I made the moonwalk. I created it. I came up with it.
I don't think he ever did. I don't think Michael Jackson ever said I created it. But if he didn't do what he did,
he just danced.
I think he did watch that, but I'm saying I think he watched it have been done before. But as far as, I don't even know if he called it the moonwalk. If he did, more power to him. All I'm saying, I wouldn't call it stealing, because the thing was, like, no one really knew that. Like when we saw it on TV, and then it get performed and everything, like, I don't think the world knew for real what it was. Of course, in the culture we knew what it was, but there was black. Like when my sisters tell me about it, my parents tell me about it. They were like, when he bust that out, we ain't seen nothing like that on TV before. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I kind of look at it, even with the dancing. Like when you were talking about from James Brown to Michael Jackson, that's a real transition from like a passing of the baton. If you
right.
That's how I look at it. When you look at Bill Bailey and how he did that dance, that was the 40s. It took another 40 years for that joint to get on TV.
Right.
So I'm saying, go ahead.
No, I'm about to say, keep in mind though, the moonwalk, the backslide did come on TV on Soul Train. Right. Oh man, what's his name from is it Jeff Daniels? Jeff Daniels from the group For the Lover in You. What's the name of the Shalimar, yeah. So the guy
Shalimar.
Yeah. So the guy not Hewitt, but the other guy, I think his name was Jeffrey Daniels, if I'm not mistaken. He used to be on Soul Train before he was in that group. And he was a part of this group called the Electric Boogaloo. Electric Boogaloo were a group of breakdancers on Soul Train. He taught Michael Jackson that dance. Mike called him up, was like, yo, I saw that dance. Can you teach me to dance? So when he's teaching him to dance, Mike called it the moonwalk. But there was already a moonwalk dance. So it's like you go in circles. It looks like you walking on the moon. Like it's just like, you kind of, but so you got it like in slow motion. That was the moonwalk. But Mike took that name and called that the moonwalk. Right? So when the world sees it, it's branded something new because it came out with a new song. It came out with some glitter socks, right? And Michael Jackson did it. So it's branded and it's something brand new, right? So I would say that you can't really copyright dances like that, but you do want to give people their props about who actually did it. But at that time, it was just dancing, right? I think that I would say that was definitely influenced.
Yeah.
Like, he was just inspired because the way Mike did the moonwalk, and then he coupled off with the whole thing when he's standing on his toes. You understand what I'm saying? Like that was. So he just took the dance and just kind of flipped it.
I know
exactly.
I mean, when you think about like all the dancing that he was doing, like, the Jacksons was out here doing the robot,
right,
pop locking and all that kind of stuff. Like when you see the stuff that he was doing, I believe he really got that like from the people. Like at the end of the day, he's like you said, the dude from the Soul Train taught him the moonwalk. I think he also like pop locking. He's seeing that from the people, from us, like from us as a culture. So I feel like he's again taking it and then just and I feel like that's what we should do. Like,
exactly.
I feel like we should do that.
Exactly.
Mike added to the culture. That's all he did.
Straight up.
He added to the culture with that.
Yeah, he did.
And the thing about it is that what Electric Boogaloo, that group, I'm sure when they saw it, they was like, yo, they probably felt proud because they probably wouldn't have been able to take it to that type of stage. But Mike once again, Mike studied. He is a student of everything about the culture. Y'all see this light skin, like, you see this pale guy, but he's from Gary, Indiana. He's black as ever. You know what I'm saying? Like he's black. So he from the hood. Mike from the hood.
Could all fight. I don't care what nobody say. If they was a ranked fighter.
Right.
I know that they could fight too.
Exactly.
They was not soft. Let it be.
Right. Exactly. Mike was far from soft. So that's what I'm saying. Like, but he I think he was inspired. He added to the culture with that dance. Now, let's go back to this clip that we just saw. Right. I was a little thrown off with this clip. Right. Because what he said, when he was like, yo, like Mike told them like, yo, I borrowed the bass line for I can't go for that. Right? That's what he said. Like, you don't mind if I stole that bass line. Now, we all know that bass line don't sound like their bass line. It's a bass line, but it don't sound like that bass line, right? So that's like he said. Doesn't I don't hear anything. I don't hear it, but it's cool that you said that. Now, 4 years ago, y'all remember Quincy Jones' interview with Vulture? Oh yeah, you're not gonna see it because that interview I can't find it anywhere. Yo, I cannot find this interview anywhere. Because I can't find it. So all right, so y'all don't remember this? When Quincy Jones had that interview with Vulture? You don't?
No.
Okay. So in this interview, Quincy Jones was going like he was, as they say out there. I don't talk like this, but he was spilling all the tea. Right? I don't talk like that, but that's what he was doing in your language, right? So basically, I mean, he was talking crazy. Like he was talking about how he knows who really killed John F. Kennedy. It was all types of like stuff that government was like, yo, if the government's looking at this,
he must have had something to drink.
Yeah, he probably was drunk.
He had something to drink.
He
know how he likes to drink. Yeah.
But this is the part that everybody was like, what? He said that Michael Jackson was always stealing songs. He says that Michael Jackson is greedy. He said that Michael Jackson was supposed to give up 10% of, I think it was Want to Be Started Something or Can't Stop Till I Get Enough. One of them. He was supposed to give up 10% of that song. He was like, no, I'm not.
10% to who?
I think it was either to him or to somebody. Oh, whoever he said, whoever he took the song from. He's supposed to give up 10% of the song, and he didn't. Now I don't know who he stole that song from, but the one that he did say was Billie Jean. He said but this is the reason why I'm throwing up about that clip we just saw. He said that song is a direct, the notes are directly taken from the song by Donna Summer called State of Independence. Now, State of Independence was Quincy Jones produced that song. This song is one of Donna Summer's favorite songs. Now what Quincy Jones did is that Quincy Jones towards like for the hook of the song or maybe towards the end, he went and got Michael Jackson. He went and got Stevie Wonder. He went and got Kenny Loggins. Did I say Stevie Wonder? I said Stevie Wonder, right? Kenny Loggins.
Yep.
I think he got Diana Ross. Lionel Richie. There's a whole bunch of them in this song, right? And as far as like singing the hook, like he wouldn't got the all stars for this joint,
as he always does.
Right now, keep in mind, State of Independence came out in 1982. Billie Jean came out in 1982. Now, Quincy Jones is saying that this song is stolen. He stole this song. So, I'm going to let y'all hear this song. And then y'all be the judge.
Right.
But you know what? Before we listen to the song, I want to say this. I want to show y'all something real quick. I thought it was pretty cool before we listen to the song. I want to go through a fun fact by Billie Jean. I didn't know this.
It's the belief that they are married to or engaged to be married to the celebrity.
One time I brought groceries for Michael, and he drove up and he said, "Oh, you're going to be my little wifey today?" I said, "Yes." He said, "You're going to cook for me?" I said, "Yes."
Levon Muhammad, who prefers to be known as Billie Jean Jackson, believes that she mothered Michael Jackson's children and that Michael asked her to marry him in 1985.
He loves me dearly. Because Billie Jean is not my lover means that he's my lover.
Billie Jean is currently serving 2.5 years in a Los Angeles County jail for violating a court order to stay away from Michael Jackson. She is charged with sending her doctor bills to Jackson and telling a Beverly Hills boutique to bill him for her wedding dress.
I would say that we might have literally hundreds of cases that we put in the category of Dell's spouse, which means delusional spouse, where they believe that my client is their husband or wife.
The person truly believes these false things. And when they say it's true, they believe it's true.
I would say, Michael, I'm in jail because I did what you said.
Billie Jean is real.
Wow.
Yo.
The Ireland jail because I did what you said.
Right.
Wow.
To be Michael Jackson, bro. What?
Yo.
Wow.
Billie Jean is real. I thought it was just a song.
Lawyer said this is one of the dozens of cases. He would be claiming my yo, that's a life to live, bro.
Yo, Billie Jean is real. Yo, this is crazy. I was like, yo, I'm thinking this whole time, thinking like, yo, Mike probably wrote this like off of some type of like maybe just, maybe it's just a thought that he had, but no, Billie Jean is real. Man.
That's crazy.
We do that with our trauma, yo. We take that pain, we do something with it.
Right.
Exactly.
Like,
I'll make a song about this, and it's gonna be the hottest thing in the world.
Wow.
Right. So man, I thought that was a fun fact. I'm like, yo, Billie Jean is real. That was a real stalker, bro. That was a real stalker. And her name is Billie Jean Jackson. That's what she said. Her name was Billie Jean Jackson.
Blame that man. She said he loved me.
Wow.
Yo, she was sending.
I gotta show this.
Yo, she was sending Mike the bills for the baby that she did not have.
I seen that dress.
Wow.
That $11,000. Like, whoa.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yo,
dang,
man, I was like, yo, this lady right here is certified planners.
And she was serious with it, man. She was like, how calm she spoke with it, like you could tell that she really believed it.
She was detailed. She was detailed.
Exactly.
I'm gonna, every time I hear the song now, I'm gonna think of this woman's face.
Yo, she is certified planners, bro. Done. The thing about it is that she was so detailed about what Mike said to her, and that they had dinner and all of this stuff. She's gone. She is gone. Oh, I couldn't believe that. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Is that a form of schizo? Is she schizo? Is that a form of schizo?
Man.
I don't know, bro. That's a good question. I don't know. Yeah, it might be. It might be. It gotta be.
Psychiatric. They said she in the regular jail. I'm
Right.
telling you, she was starstruck and was like,
right.
I heard what she said.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
That's what she said. When she said that, I'm like, oh, man,
You know,
I know Michael Jackson, when he's heard about this, like, oh, what?
Right.
What?
I gotta write a song about it, Quincy. Quincy, I gotta write a song about this. I gotta write a song about this. Did you hear her? Did you hear her? She said she having my baby. She's having my baby.
Took over the world. Took over the world with it.
Exactly.
Hey,
take a lesson from Michael Jackson, people. Turn your pain into that. Like, do that. Take a lesson from Mike.
You know what I heard, right? When I saw this, I heard Chris Tucker. Is that one of my hoes sitting on the curb? He said that he had that comedian, that joke. That one of my hoes sitting on the curb. Def Comedy Jam. Oh man, that
wow!
I was cracking up when I saw that, doggy. But all right, so listen, I want y'all to listen to this song. This is "State of the Independence" and this is also going to be Billie Jean together, all right? Now I know you're like, yo, what is the capital L that I just hear? Right? So there is on a part of State of the Independence, right? There's a part that beat is high, right? Now there's a part where the beat changes. That's where they say that Mike looped. That's what they said where it was looped and slowed down. And then what happened was that they added in the guitar, and then they added in the bass. More that the bass came from that song, basically that bass line. They just slowed it down and sped it up.
Yeah.
Right. So that part when you hear when it starts slowing down, that's the part that they say Mike took. What are your thoughts?
He did an early. I guess he did an earlier version of sampling before we called it sampling. Wow! I didn't. Hey.
What you say, Walt?
I ain't with it, Quincy. I'm sorry.
So what do you think he stole? Do you think they stole that? Oh no.
No, look. I mean, I'm not saying he didn't get anything from the song, but you know, I hear that, and I don't hear Billie Jean. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, to be fair, everybody, I'm not musically inclined like these two gentlemen here. So when it comes to that, but I know music. I'm saying, and I know that when it comes to what we just heard, I'm not hearing Billie Jean in there.
Now keep in mind, in the beginning, right? That whole first part, there's no Billie Jean. Right. There's no Billie Jean. It's at the end, that part when it starts to slow down. Okay. That part that was sped up. So that part was sped up. What they did, they slowed it down. That part was slowed down.
What you just played, it sounded like whoever put that mashup together, they had the State of Independence song, and then they looped into they had that melody, that baseline melody from State of Independence, and they slowed it down, and then they just looped in Billie Jean to let you hear how they're similar. Right. Because the thing that's similar is the bass line from Billie Jean, how it sounds like that bass line from State of
he dropped. He'll be back. But I think I know what he's saying though. It's like what they saying is that they just pretty much the baseline, what he's saying is that all of it is the same, but they looped it in there so that way he can show the similarities of the two. Okay. So he could be. So yeah, so Trim is right on that. So when they slow it down though, it does sound like Billie Jean. That's what I'm saying. When they slow it down, it does sound like Billie Jean.
Because I was getting confused as far as like when the next song started. I was trying to figure out when that, but now I understand. Yeah, so they it is biting. So, but I'm saying it is him. That's my confusion. I'm like, if it's the end of the song and you got Mike at the end of the song, and if I'm Michael Jackson, I'm like, yo, let me make a song out of this.
Now they could have now, because every time I hear the song, because I haven't been able to go all the way to the end, because that song was like 6 minutes long, in State of Independence, and I'm like, yo, I don't know if I can sit through this whole 6 minutes, but I think what they did is that they put the two on top of each other.
Yeah.
So I think that's actually Mike's vocals off of Billie Jean. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it is his vocals off of Billie Jean.
So, scratch what I said. They just put them on top of each other and slowed it down.
Yeah, they want you to hear the similarities of it.
And so if So if he still got that little bit off, I still think of it as like a new piece. Like I still think of it as like a new piece of art.
is.
I'm not saying you ain't fight, but even if he did, it's like he bit off himself. Like at the end of the day, if you using Michael Jackson and he's on the song and then you create something new, this was my question to y'all. Do y'all think they knew it was going to be this big of a song? As far as Billie Jean.
I don't think. According to Quincy Jones, you can never tell when a song is going to be that big. The only thing you can do is to make a song that you vibe to and that you like. And if you like it, then you just put it out there. Thriller is 800 songs. They went through 800 songs.
Wow.
And condensed it. I think y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I know I heard him say that they wrote 800 songs. And remember, Quincy Jones had that publishing company.
Yeah.
And he had that team of writers. So
not to mention, Michael was destined. He was coming off the wall. He was determined to make his next effort to be big.
Right. Like that's what I'm saying. That's why I said that in the beginning. Mike was mad. He was pissed that he got that R&B artist of the year because he doesn't view himself as that.
Yeah.
He don't view himself as that. He's not an R&B artist. He's so much more than that in his eyes, in his mind. So that's what I'm saying. Like, but I feel like he went so far to try to become bigger than what Off the Wall was that he started borrowing from different things. Let me go to the street and get this dance. Let me go over here and get this State of Independence song that I really like. He started piecing things that were great and making it his. I think that Billie Jean is a prime example of the line between stealing and inspiration. Like this Billie Jean is a thin line. This Billie Jean is a very thin line. Mike was toting that line. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, because the thing about it with this song is that if that's true, now Donna Summer didn't write this song.
No.
The writers, whoever wrote this song, didn't get the credit.
Who did?
They didn't get the credit. Mike.
Mike got the credit for Billie
Mike wrote Billie Jean. Quincy Jones produced Billie Jean. Mike wrote it, if I'm not mistaken.
But the credit, but the person who got the credit for the other song, you're saying we don't know who that is. I mean, the person who wrote the other song, we don't know who that is.
I'm gonna give that name right now, and but he didn't get the credit for that. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
Because if Mike took this, if the song is literally a loop from State of Independence, then whoever wrote that song needs to get credit for Billie Jean.
Whoever wrote State of Independence.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. That's the part I'm like, I don't know. Right. Now, here's where I'm confused, I guess, and I think I remember looking this up too. I didn't see that. I'm gonna look it up on the internet before I look it up. I'm gonna look it up here on Tidal. So, all right. So the composer, so I guess composer would be the writer, is Vangelis and John Anderson. White guy. let's see, what is he credited for?
You said Quincy Jones produced it?
That's what from what I got from my research. I'm gonna go back and look at this. So John Anderson, another person who wrote this. So it was two writers, those two. Now he's a producer mixer, this guy John Anderson. So I'm gonna go look and see who wrote State of Independence. Now, if Quincy Jones did not write State of Independence, or he didn't produce it, then that is a bigger problem there. There's a bigger problem there. No, he didn't.
Who produced it?
Man, I thought I saw that he produced this. Hold on. Okay, so it's a cover. So Donna Summer did it over. So you know, back in the day,
who did it?
There's two that I mentioned.
John and Vangelis.
And Vangelis, I think his name is Vangelis and John. So they're the ones who originally did the song in 1981. So you know how like Prince did with what the song he gave to Rufus. Man, what is that song that Prince did that he gave to two females? What's the name of that song?
I don't know that song. But
You talking about the what's up? Wait, what?
Well, I mean, I don't know that the song you're talking about, but so the song's written by these white folk, and then
right,
Donna Summer covered it.
Exactly, she did it over.
So that's kind of like, you know how Donny Hathaway's song, you know, what's the name of that song? A Song for You. Y'all know that song, A Song for You by Donny
Song for
Hathaway.
You?
Y'all know that?
Yeah.
That was written by a white dude. But we are, as far as like, we all know the Donny Hathaway version. But so this is kind of like in that same boat.
Yeah.
Man, I can't. I need to know the song that Prince did.
It would be in that same boat. You talking about the Bengals of Manic Monday?
No. Prince did two songs that he gave to females to sing. I want to say that Shaka Khan.
I Feel For You?
Yes.
Well,
was it I Feel For You? Wasn't I Feel For You?
He did. I Feel For You. Shaka Khan just redid it.
Okay, so it was on that first Prince album. It was called Prince.
Yeah.
That one? I guess it was. I really thought it was something else.
Yeah.
But either way, they wrote the song in 1981. That's their song. 1982, Donna Summer did the song. So Quincy Jones had to have his hand in that and I know this for a fact because what she said is that in this interview she said that the reason how she got that song is that David Geffen, she got with David Geffen. David Geffen got with Quincy Jones. Got it with Quincy Jones. And Quincy Jones was like, we got a song that we want to cut for you. She was like, all right, then do it. Then they came with that song. So so even though it was produced by those guys, Quincy Jones did that song over.
If they were the one who wrote the song and she just did it over but it was their song, they should have still got credit for it. They should have.
No, they got credit for that version, that Donna Summer song. What I'm saying is that
they should get credit also for Billie Jean, because even if it was a little bit something in there for it, they should get credit for it because they have something that sounds very, very similar to one of their original songs.
Exactly. That's the part that I'm like, yo, That's the part where I'm like, yo, that is a direct rip off of a song. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it is the way it sounded that we just heard, it's stolen. So
now it's stolen.
Now remember, this ain't the first time that something like this happened though. Remember, what's his name? Kenny Burke. When Kenny Burke did when he did, hold up, okay, I'm losing my
the baseline.
Yeah, the baseline. Hold up, it's one of my favorite songs. I don't even know the name of it. Kenny Burke did "Rise to the Top." So you know that song, Walt? "Rise to the Top." So it's a song. I'm gonna play this song just a little bit. I know we're gonna have to cut it out, but I'm gonna play this song because I want you to understand what I'm saying, because this is exactly what Mike and Quincy Jones did, and the same thing happened to Kenny Burke, and he couldn't do anything about it. And it's probably the same reason why the other people didn't do anything about it either. I'm gonna show you. So, all right, so listen to this. You can probably hear it. So you know this bass line, right? Okay. All right, so you know that bass line. Now listen to this bass line. Listen to this bass line.
Hey boy.
You see what I'm saying?
Meet me on the roof tonight.
Kenny Burke couldn't do nothing about that. Rick James literally took that bass line, reconstructed the bass line, and then put it into the Mary Jane Girl song All Night Long. He wrote and produced that song.
I thought they Mary J. Blige got a version of the song.
Mary J. Blige got a version.
She just took the song. Yeah, she just took the song and then just added, just wrote over to it.
Right. So
it was produced by Puffy. Puffy took the song and did his thing.
But Puff,
pretty much.
But Puff took. But see, the thing about Puff gave credit.
Puffy took the song.
Puff didn't take the song.
Puffy sampled it. He
exactly. That's not that. There's a difference between stealing.
There is a difference. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there is.
So we can't say that Puff stole anything. He got the proper clearance for that song.
I'm sorry. That's the music. That's the artist in me. That's the producer in me. But yeah,
listen.
But
they remake songs all the time. He sampled the song.
I know he sampled it. Yes, he sampled the song. Yes,
but Rick James stole it.
Rick James stole that bass line.
He reconstructed it, and yeah,
then that's a steal, bro.
That is a steal. He reconstructed it, and yeah, that was a steal. It was just a different note here and there, but yeah, he got that bass line from Kenny Burke.
And we're gonna do an episode about Kenny Burke later on down the line. That's my boy. We did that episode back some time ago, but it looked like a little karate-esque, like a karate fight where our lips wasn't matching with our words, so we never put it out. Actually, no, we did put it out, but it just looks bad. I'm not taking it off the channel because I ain't trying to drop my little views that I got. But that happens. That happened a lot. Now, I've heard that Mike got other songs out there, a lot of other songs out there that he either sampled, and some people didn't get their credit. Or maybe he got it cleared and maybe we don't know.
I wonder if Liberian Girl is one of them songs. Because Liberian Girl, that's like for me as a producer, that was very, very, very clever. That instrumental, that sound, the music for it was instrumental. It was really clever. So I was been inspired by that for the longest. But I wonder if Liberian Girl is one of those songs that was taken from somebody. But it was, I mean, it's one of my favorites from him though. But yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely, as far as Mike goes, man, there's a lot of talk. He definitely tread that line. He really was on that borderline of stealing and being inspired. But I guess my question is, before we close this out, is like, as we stand in 2022, what does that look like in this climate? Like, do you think that people are stealing from each other? Or, I mean, not stealing. Does it really matter anymore? Because if it doesn't matter, the next question I have is, what does music look like 40 years from now or 20 years from now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that type of thing of like Hall and Oates was saying in the beginning, that type of thing, it's a thin line between inspiration and stealing. It doesn't matter anymore, like in this present climate that we're in.
Me speaking as a producer, man, yeah, that matters. I mean, if you getting inspired and taking, there's a difference, like you said, about being inspired by something. Like me, I get inspired by something. I listen to something and I get inspired to make something close to it where it won't sound anything like it, but I know I drew inspiration to have a vibe and a feel from something I heard, but it comes out totally different. That's being inspired. Me taking a bass line, probably like it's very similar bass line, but you probably changing just a little bit of it, but with a good ear, you can hear it, like with the Billie Jean in the State of Independence track. You can hear the similarities to it. The people who did the original one, they need to get their credit, and ain't nothing wrong with it. You just need to get your credit. Just give people their just due.
But what I'm saying is that, all right, so let's look at the young kids that's in charge right now. Mm-hmm. Do you think it matters to them anymore? Do you think it matters at all?
They don't know what. I don't know if that's a good question. I don't know if it matters to them at all. Yeah,
does stealing?
Credit.
Yeah, is stealing or being original? Like if someone stole, let's say if somebody stole or a song that sounded like theirs, does it matter to them anymore? Like if this same thing would happen to them, to the young people,
who got robbed or the robber, like
the person who got robbed.
Oh, I think it definitely would matter to the person who got robbed. Like,
and in this generation right now, with the young,
yeah, like, all right, so you know that song.
I would like to think, yeah.
You know the song "Focus" by her.
Yeah.
So you know the part with the harp and all that kind of. Mm-hmm. Apparently that was not her. Like apparently it was a dude who composed that harp part. Like she did not do that harp part. I thought the girl wrote the song by herself. Mm-hmm. Obviously she sang on that mug, but as far as the harp and the identity of the song, like she got that from her team. Her team got that from some dude, and the dude did not get paid a dime. The song blows up. Now the dude's trying to get paid,
which happens a lot.
Yeah, and I'm saying, like,
yeah, that happens a lot.
Right. I feel like that's fair. Like, maybe you made this. I feel like this happens a lot in art in general. Sometimes you make things and you make it. There's a part in whatever piece that you made that you maybe didn't think that was going to be that big of a deal. Someone sees it and like, okay, I'm gonna use that, sample that, and make something new and make something bigger and better with it. Granted, maybe they didn't know it was going to blow up. No one knew it was going to blow up. But once it blows up, now everybody wants a piece.
Yeah, you got to recoup now. You got to get the money now.
And you definitely should. Yeah. I just believe that's fair. I believe it's something. If you if you did that, then everybody eats. But at the same time, that's how everybody gets to know more. I think that's what keeps music connected. I'm saying in the sense of like when you sample from older songs, okay, bet. Oh, that part of the song was nice. Let me find out about this song. Then you look into the real song, and then you might actually like the original song more than the new song, or vice versa, or whatever. But I'm saying, I feel like that connection in music, because to me, I feel like that's what we've just been doing. Like literally, I just think that at the point that we have right now, to answer your question, does it matter? I definitely think it does, but I don't think it. I think it matters as long as everybody gets paid.
You see that? And that's the thing. Like people get into music because they love music. Then the money comes. I think the issue is now is that people are getting into music and money is coming first. Or it might be like on the equal playing field. You know what I mean? Like it's like, I do money, but I money. A lot of times, like, you got people who just love the art, and just love doing it. But I say this, and this is for everybody who's an artist, and that's going back to the issue that what Walt just said about people doing things and then getting paid later. Do not do anything or go into a studio or come out that studio without having your split sheets done. Have your split sheets done. If you don't know what a split sheet is, it's basically telling everybody, yo, I got this percentage of this song. Because if it's not done, that's when the track race starts. You're going to be running around trying to get your money, and it's going to be years and years and years and years before it passes by, and you might get your money. But if you had your split sheets done, it wouldn't have been that big of it. You would have been like, all right, well, I did my split sheets. I got my 50%. Now I can just take you to court, and I got my proof. That's my receipt that I get this percentage of the song. You know what I'm saying? Like we do our split sheets every time we put Muggs' album, like we put our artists' Muggs out. Split sheets is done. 50-50. You gotta you gotta be about your music business before you're about the music. Or yes, you could be about the music, but don't forget about the business. That's all. So be about your business, man. Am I saying anything wrong? I mean, I'm just saying, you gotta be about your business. You gotta be about your business. But yeah, I thought that was
music too, and don't throw out any garbage if you try not to.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
Not on purpose, that is.
Don't become the biggest rapper in the world and drive.
That album was produced by Charles S. Dutton. Rock.
Wow.
Remember The Rock? Remember that show The Rock when he was the garbage man?
Yeah.
And that's Charles S. Dutton.
Retarded.
Thing is sanitation, right?
I would think about that. Like, y'all seen The Temptations where he said, "Would you spend you're down to your last dollar?
Yep.
Buy this album or a sandwich?"
Exactly. Yep.
Right.
That's what I wonder if I wonder if they do that anymore.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore. I don't think they do that anymore. Because they either in the studio, either smoking some weed and saying, "Hey, you feeling this? I'm feeling that." And that's it. They not doing it like that. I don't think they're doing it like that.
Yo, Wall said he had a sandwich album.
Wow.
The sandwich album. That's a new thing now. Like, hey, so, and that album was trash. Yeah, it was a sandwich. That was a sandwich album.
Wow.
Dude. That boy said, yeah.
They ain't doing that no more, man. I don't think they're doing that at all no more. They're not listening to it like that. They just like they feeling it and hot. They high in the studio feeling it, and that's it.
But the people in his corner, come on, yo. Like
they were wrong for that too.
So y'all did some acid that night or something
Right.
like that. And I was just like, go ahead, Drake. Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead. It sounds good. You're Drake.
Right.
Everyone's gonna listen anyway.
They needed Norman Whitfield in that studio. Yo, listen, I like the hits. The hits.
He said he defended it too. He said, y'all don't understand it yet. It's not there.
Oh, no, we understand it.
Yeah, we understand.
We understand.
Right.
It ain't one of them albums you're gonna see in the future. You're gonna be like, oh man, this is a bona fide classic. Oh, we ain't gonna put that in a time capsule and we're gonna dig it up and then we're gonna be like, oh nah, we understand that. No, we're gonna leave it in a time capsule for the worms to eat it. Matter of fact, we're taking it out the time capsule and we're just gonna put it in the ground and bury it. How about that?
Bump the worms eating it. That's going to the roaches.
Right.
You see, I saw one dude like a clip on like TikTok, and somebody said that this is the album. It was like a bag of weed, like a huge bag of weed, and saying Drake's album. After Drake, the dude passes it to him. He looks at it, smells it, and then toss that stuff out there. That's exactly how we feel. Like,
hey, dog, listen, man. I'm sorry, Drake.
Wow.
And listen, bro, I'm all for. Oh, shout out to Westside Boogie. That's on Shady After. Oh, well, he's on Shady. He's on Shady's Eminem's label. He had a dope album that came out that day too. I think it's called Westside. I think his name is Westside Boogie. His album was way better than yours, Drake. Way better than yours, son. Just saying.
You're talking about artists. You're talking about artists who has to put out music that can't rely on the name of just their name being able to sell the music themselves at all. You're talking about artists who have to actually put time and craft something so people can listen to it. They might have a little buzz on their name, but it ain't like the moment you hear it that it's automatically gonna go through the roof and it's gonna make like a billion streams on the internet or nothing like that.
Yeah,
that's a difference.
Westside Boogie? His album was dope.
To play devil's advocate, Kevin, did he not build his own name?
Did he build his own name? You talking about Drake or Westside Boogie?
Yeah, Drake.
Did he build his name? Yeah, he built his name. He built his name up. He did build his name up. He did.
I feel like that's
Michael Jackson did too.
Listen,
Michael Jackson did too.
You can do whatever you want with your name. You can put out whatever you want under your brand, but keep it. See, all right. So, and I'll get off my soapbox about this. I'm gonna go back to this MC conversation. You cannot put out music like this, and then try to come over to the cool kids. See, all right. So this is what I don't like. See, a lot of you industry people, and this is what I really don't like about you industry people. So I'm gonna tell you, and I don't know. I don't know what this means, right? So I'm all over the place right now. So just pardon me here, but I was on Drake's. I was on his Instagram, right? And I don't know what this means, but for some reason, it really I really got angry when I saw it, and I don't know why, and I don't know. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna read this real quick here. See if I can. Hey, what is Drake's Instagram? I don't follow him. Let me see. Hold up.
Champagne Poppy.
There we go.
Champagne Poppy.
Yeah, it's that. Okay. So I don't know. It's so I was looking at it, and it says, "Lucky for y'all, we don't do civilians." I don't know what that means.
That's it. That's literally the only. That's it. That's
what it says. It says, "Lucky for y'all, we don't do civilians."
It's like a photo.
What does that mean?
What is that? What does that mean?
I don't know. It's just like a photo of him. I don't know. But for me, and this is the, I don't know, I can't show the picture like that, but this is the photo right here. This is just a photo, and it says, "Lucky for y'all, we don't do civilians." So for me, when I heard it, it was like, I felt like it sounded like you were bigoted. You was like, when I hear that, I'm like, yo, you sound like you better than me in some way, where it's like, what does that mean? I can only, like, say, I can't decipher what it means, right? So for me, when I read it, it was like, you feel like you better than me. You know what I mean? Like, because you the superstar, you think you better. Listen, I hope you don't. I hope, maybe I'm reading too deep into it, but I hope you don't think that you better than your fans. You putting out music like you think you better, like, because you're insulting your fans' intelligence. Talking about we don't understand it. We understand
that garbage.
Right. So I don't know, man. Like, but my original thought is this: you cannot put out music like this and be an MC. You can't. This is not possible.
It's
not possible.
It's not.
You know what? I can't even give him the one of the top. I can't even give him, like, if we were putting him on the one of the best artists of all time list. To me, that takes him down a notch, even if he was on that one. Just saying. I'm like, because
the next joint gotta have something.
That was, you just
right. That's what I'm saying.
Just throw stuff.
All right. So you answer me this, Walt. Answer me when we can get out of here, man. Now Drake sells records, right? We're not. This is sales aside. Sales aside. When was that last banger you was like, yo, Drake is hitting? That thing out of here. When was the last song you heard that way? Heard that? Because you know, and you guys, I don't know, maybe young guys don't know. Maybe, I'm sure you do know. You know, every summer, you know, there's a hip hop artist that comes out with a banger. You be like, yo, and then when you get older, you be like, yo, that feels like that moment. I remember that moment when that song came out. I was doing this, I was doing that. It gives me a good feeling. When was the last time Drake dropped something that was heat?
I don't know Drake. I mean, obviously I know Drake, but I'm saying I don't know the order. You feel me? As far as like what songs came out with which ones, but
give me your last song though. Give me the last song that was that song that everybody was like, it was going off.
All right,
the whole world was singing the song.
Not the song that I like,
but
I do feel like the whole world was going off, and that was when he sampled the Lauryn Hill joint when he did the Nice for What.
Okay,
that joint was going off like crazy.
I would agree with that. What year was that?
I was what, 2017?
That's
2018.
18.
Yeah, 2018. Yeah, 2018.
I think it was 18, something like that.
That was 2018.
I'm looking up the album. I think in that Scorpion.
Right.
Yeah, it was. It's Scorpion.
Right, and it was trash. The album was trash.
Nah, I'll even give him Scorpion. I would give him Scorpion. Hey, it ain't the best. I'll tell you my best. I'll tell you my favorite when he was on that level, but I will give him that over what I just heard. I will give him that.
No,
I'll give him
I'm
Scorpion.
just saying, but come on. So all right, so back to this conversation that we are having right now, right? So
sure.
Nice for What.
Would you agree, Trim? That Scorpion song, that was probably the last song.
The last song that I heard from Drake where it was certified
hitting.
banger, where he had that was hitting, and he had the whole like world singing it, was started from the bottom. That was the last one from Drake for me. That was it. That was it. That was it.
So what I'm saying is this. If you're dropping classic albums, there's going to be more than one classic song.
True.
You only name off that Scorpion album, It's probably only that one song. And I mean,
God's playing. I'm on it right now.
God's playing, man. Right? Like, right? Like, maybe. I'll give him that. No, I'll give him that.
Okay.
I'll give him that. What else?
Well,
Scorpion album wasn't that bad. Yeah,
just in general.
And it was a
like,
double album. It was a double album.
I mean, I feel like he had like one or two each album though. Like okay, because before that, on More Life, Free Smoke, they was busting Free Smoke.
Free Smoke was a good one.
Free Smoke was.
I like Free Smoke. Free Smoke.
I'm not a fan of this song, but Passion Fruit was getting a lot of play.
Is that a rap song or R&B
Passion
song?
Fruit. That's an R&B song. Passion Fruit was dope.
Okay.
It is like R&B song.
But it was dope, man. Passion Fruit was dope, though.
But what I'm saying is that what I'm trying to get at here is this: it's not he don't have that catalog. He may have what they would consider to be good albums. I don't know. They're not good to me. Just me personally. But I don't hear him tearing up. Like, I don't hear these songs, and maybe because maybe we're in a different space now where, we're not outside like we used to be. But I don't see Drake. I don't hear these songs to the point where Carrington is singing it, or my daughter's singing it, or like not all. I would think he had a whole bunch of songs. You know what I'm saying? Like where from Carrington's side, so my grandmother was singing these songs. You know what I mean? Like,
if you have a Drake greatest hits, I'm pretty sure it's gonna have a good amount of songs on there.
Right.
That when you hear them, you're gonna be like, okay, yeah.
But how many years ago? How long? What's the span on these hits though?
I mean, yeah, because like after. All right, so if you go up like Scorpion, then you have More Life in 2017. 2016 is Views. And then you got 2015. If you're reading this, it's too late. 2015, if you're reading this, too late. That's why I really feel like that's when Drake was for real doing his thing. But on Views, I ain't going front. He got some stuff on here. I mean, he got Controller. He got One Dance. Child's Play.
Hold on, and once again, I'm not. And,
right.
and
I know.
I want you to understand this. I'm not asking this because I dislike this man, right? But I'm asking this because I feel like we don't hold him accountable. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't. Maybe I'm not in. He doesn't make music for me, so I'm asking I'm trying to be as genuine as I can and asking questions about whether or not, what these songs are doing. You know what I mean? Like, all right, so I'm going to go through it myself as well, right? So my favorite album from it is Nothing Was the Same. That's my favorite one. I forgot he had this album with Drake. With Future. So, all right. So, they're pretty. I can see where people are, where these songs are resonating. I can see that. I'm looking at the list of these songs. I can see that. I got it. Like I said,
and he's got features too.
Yeah, I mean, he can't hold down an album by himself. Keep it all the way a G. He can't hold down an album by himself. He can't.
Blooded.
What? Hey, why? Is I got? Why? Let me tell you. Why is it that we got? Why I gotta be cold blooded? Because I'm honest.
Hey, I didn't say you was wrong. I just said it was cold blooded.
You can say what you gotta say about Drake. Yeah. Next album drop, because that joint better be good. It better be good, Drake. Because if it's not good, I really feel like if the next joint is not good, then his fan base will be down.
Hey, whoa. Remember, you know that basketball player? They get that big check. They was balling out before.
James
They get
Harden.
that big check. Exactly. And then when they get that big check, they start going downhill from here. That's what. Remember, he just got a big check.
I mean, yeah, he did just get paid. But I feel like Drake. I mean, if Drake is done making music, he can stop making music. He can't stop making music.
Stop.
Is that Clint? Don't want Drake.
Please stop. Go write songs for somebody else.
Lord.
Go write songs for somebody else. I'm sorry. I will live if you stop making music. I really would. Because I mean, like I said, I enjoy it. Like I said, West Side Boogie album was way better than this one. Excuse me. It was, you know, I don't like when people are like, when they get all these accolades because of their name. You know, but you know, hey, like I said, I really think he's the greatest. But just like the Lil Wayne, you gotta know when to stop. Like Lil Wayne, remember that whole run Lil Wayne had, where he wasn't stopping. That's the thing about music. You gotta know when to stop and then when to come back in the game.
Like I think you gotta learn like when to change lanes. Like I don't think you should ever stop making music.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you should know when to change lanes. Like I would love Drake if he would be like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna dip in here with some R&B, right? And then I'm gonna dip in here with some hip hop. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
not this dance album. No?
I mean, if he gonna come in with the dance album, maybe do it. It gotta be timed right. Like you see how Kendrick timed his music out. It gotta be timed right. You gotta give people a chance to miss you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I wasn't gonna say this. I know we about to shut it down. But I don't know. I kind of felt like he was just. I don't know, man. Kendrick dropped his, and then he drops it like a little later. And you already know how Kendrick will experiment with sounds and songs.
Right,
but
right.
Kendrick gonna make a piece of artwork. That's what I'm saying. And Kendrick still rapped on his joint.
So what you saying? What you saying, Walt?
And you heard what Kendrick made. You heard what Cole made. You heard what a lot of these artists was doing. And something tells me he's like, I can do that. He was like, I can do that better than y'all.
He felt the pressure.
Real fast, real quick. Dropped it, and everybody said, "Yeah, you flopped." Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He thought he was so good that he went on ahead and made this, thinking that, yeah, I'm gonna be in the realm of Kendrick, and like they said, and then when we heard it, you realize, yeah, you're not.
Walt said, Walt said that you folded under pressure, buddy. You thought you could come out and outdo Kendrick? You're jealous. You're jealous.
Because Kendrick can do that, but you should have stayed Drake. You OD Drake. Like, you OD
Drake.
you just did way too much on this. You should have took your time and made some good music. Like, you're capable of doing it. But, bro, this right here,
yeah. Sorry, son.
This ain't
sorry. Hey, listen. I like that talk though, Walt. I like it. I ain't even think about that. Oh man, that's wonderful, man. Well, let's do it on our little rant. You know what I'm saying? Let me get up out of here. I guess we can record. We be out in another 2 weeks. You know, we don't. I wish that we had the opportunity to drop when y'all drop and all of that, but you know, we do what we can when we can. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who's listening, liking, subscribing again. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my mama.
Sure.
Shout out to Karen. Shout out to everybody who's supporting, man. Yeah, we're gonna get up out of here. Hey, whoa, by the way, I think I'm gonna go buy me a suit for your wedding, man. I don't know. I think I'm about to.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go buy. I
be dope with it.
Yeah, I ain't going in the closet. I don't think I'm gonna go in the closet. I think I'm gonna go buy something for you, bro. I'm excited for this wedding now. I think I'm like I was excited before. I'm really excited now. I can't wait.
Wait till I show y'all the playlist. I'm telling y'all, gonna have a good time.
Oh yeah, that's
I got a playlist too.
Hey, as long as you keep that Drake off your playlist, we straight.
No, Drake.
Not that album I just said.
And no, I don't know. The ladies might want Nice for What, bro.
Oh yeah, we can do that. Shoot, man, listen, I can't wait though. I can't wait, man. Definitely. But yeah, we about to get up out of here, man. Trim, Walt, Tino,
Yes,
Core Room. Remember that brand? I'm telling y'all, y'all don't understand. We about to be out of this world another 2 years. NFTs, I'm talking too much. We out of here. Y'all take care. God bless. Have a good one. See y'all later.
Good night and good luck.
Yeah, all that good stuff.